Hello, and welcome to the first ever showing of It Burns When I Pee, the musical.
Tune in next week for It Burns When I Pee on Ice.
Yeah, see, Logan, we didn't already use that one. You stupid.
But not when we pee on ice, like when I physically pee onto ice. I mean, we're
Will it
going to be
burn?
on ice skates.
Will it burn?
Yeah.
But it's because it's got to burn
Yeah.
when you pee, the musical.
The musical. The musical, the legend, the TV show.
The Legend of the Hidden Zelda.
That's okay. Anyways, welcome back to Real Talks
Legend
and
of
High
the Hidden
Fives.
Temple.
Also, Legend of the Hidden Temple. Great show.
We're remaking Legend of the Hidden Temple, and it's just audio.
And it's in our backyard. We're gonna be in our backyard, but the microphone's gonna stay in here, so you're just gonna hear dead silence while we go reenact Legends of the Hidden Temple. So realistically, none of you are
It's
gonna
just
see
going to
it.
be us playing in the backyard by ourselves.
Like we're 5 years old. Man, I used to have a big backyard in my old house.
That was a good bit. It was really funny.
We had a trampoline in our backyard.
Did anyone ever die on it?
No, we had a big shed too, and like 2 giant trees. And one time, one of our trees had a tire swing on it, and my older brother climbed up the rope and got really scary high up on top of the branch that the tire swing was tied to, which it must have been like maybe 15 feet up at least. And we moved the trampoline over to the tree, and he jumped from that branch onto the trampoline, and it was wild.
And he broke his spleen.
We also had a shed in the backyard, and we would like
You already said that. You already said you had a shed.
yeah, we would
You already said you had a shed.
we would move it next to the shed, and we would like do the super bounce thing, and we would bounce on top of the shed and then jump off of the shed onto the trampoline. It was a lot of fun, essentially.
I had a trampoline in my backyard too when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I shattered both my kneecaps on it, so we had to get rid of it.
Is that why you're in a wheelchair now? He's not in a wheelchair.
I'm not. I also didn't shatter both my kneecaps. I don't think I ever got hurt on it.
I didn't either, because then again,
It's almost surprising.
Dude, I've never broken a bone in my life. Knock on wood.
You hit the table.
I didn't mean to hit the table.
It's loud.
But yeah, so I mean, I've never broken a bone. I've never been stung by a bee or anything like that. Like so many things that happened to kids
Really?
when I was younger.
I've been
Yeah.
one time. Did I ever tell you about the time I got stung by a wasp in my throat? Like it hit me like right in the throat, and I was like, ah.
Ooh.
Because you know, at the lot, there's wasp nests out the wazoo.
Oh
There.
yeah, like I think like out on the balcony of the second floor, there's
There's a ton.
yeah.
There weren't any when it was
Scared me.
cold, but when there was tons. Yeah, there's tons. And it stung me like right on the neck, and I was like, ah.
And then you started talking with like a smoker's voice for the next week, like, Dad, I was stung by a wasp.
Wow. Anyway.
Because for some reason the correlates with your vocal cords.
Yeah, I haven't broken anything either, which is pretty surprising.
You know, I was too much of a little bitch.
I was
when
about to say,
younger.
you didn't do much when you were younger.
Yeah, my brothers did. My older brother broke his arm once while he was skateboarding. And I don't think my little brother's ever broken anything either. Which is weird because he's reckless most of the time. I've gotten, like, there was this one time when I've still got I don't know if you can see it on my nose, but there's like a scar on my nose.
Yeah. Did he stab you with a knife?
No, Connor threw a big log at my face. It wasn't like it must have been like this. It was like this big, thick, like tree branch about this big. That's about like, for those of you who can't see, which is all of you. It's like maybe like
He's holding it like he's grabbing a big pair of boobs.
no, it's like maybe 2.5 feet long, and it was like thick too.
Oh,
and he
that's how I like it.
lobbed it. He lobbed it at my face. He hit me right in the nose. I was bleeding. It was so bad, and I still have the scar from it. And then I have a scar on my forehead from where a door got slammed in my face. I chipped a couple of teeth when I was a kid. The same tooth twice. I jumped backwards.
Is that why your teeth are all jacked up?
No, my teeth are beautiful, actually. Thank you. But so I chipped this tooth right here, the one on the bottom row, because I was at like my friend's pool or something like that, and I jumped backwards into the pool, and I didn't jump far enough back, and I slammed my jaw against the concrete.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
fun.
That was
My mouth was bleeding horrendously. Half of my tooth was like gone, and then I had to get it refilled. And then a couple years later, I don't remember how I chipped the other one, but I went to the dentist for it, and they're like, well, we don't have the right mold for that specific tooth, so we're just gonna wing it with this other mold. And I'm just like, I would much rather wait until you get the right mold.
You were just like, it's like, we're just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
We're gonna put someone else's tooth in your mouth and
I mean,
like, wait.
it worked. It looks fine,
Does
I'd
it?
say.
I mean, I don't know.
Because, like, it chipped one time. I don't remember how it chipped the first time. And then the chip filling part fell out in my sleep. And I had to get it refilled again. I've had my teeth refilled 3 times.
That's really weird. I don't think I've ever chipped any teeth.
It's not fun.
Usually I just get stabbed and bruised.
My childhood was great, because I grew up...
Yeah, chipping teeth's a good time.
Dude, it was a great time. I remember, like... I don't know. I liked the old house I used to live in, which is weird because... as much as I love that house, as many good memories I have in that house, every dream I have about that house is like a nightmare. Some reason.
That's really odd.
Yeah, it's like, even if it's not like something blatantly like horrifying, it's just like there's something unsettling about it in my dreams. And like,
is that where you saw the alien?
Yes, it was.
Maybe that's
that
why.
house.
Maybe
yeah.
the alien. It's the alien dream.
That might be it, because like, I've like gone back there. I actually had a dream about it last night, dude.
Can we talk
And
about
it was just
how
unsettling.
how the episode after the alien episode has a bunch of weird noises in it?
Yes, I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys have probably noticed, and you've probably put comments on it. You know, the 3 of you.
I was about to say, the 6 monthly viewers.
Like, there was these weird like
It's like alien noises.
The episode after we did the spooky stories where I told my alien story, so.
Which is really odd.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. But, anyways, yeah, that house, man. I had a dream about it last night where I had to go, like, for some reason I was there with my mom and we had to go back because we forgot something, but we haven't lived there in, like, Jesus, it's been like 6 years.
I don't think I ever have pictures. I don't think I ever have dreams of my old house. You know, I lived there for 13 years before I moved here.
Yeah, I don't
think I ever dream about it.
I lived in my other house for 10 years. Because I remember we lived in a little townhouse before then, but I was only alive for about a year or 2 before that. And then I lived in my other house for like 10 years. And I love that house. It's a nice little house. And it's just every single dream I have about it is there's something unsettling, there's something unnerving, as if something is there. And I've driven past it like a few times, like I've gone back to it intentionally, like I've gone down to the little neighborhood.
I just accidentally stumble upon there.
Like I'm just like, you know, just like look at it and see how it's been, and there's like, even looking at it like in real life, there's still something unnerving about it because of all the dreams I've had.
That's weird.
It is really weird.
Every time I go to my old house, I get sad because they don't take care of it like we did.
Dude, same.
Because, like, our old house, we had, like, these nice hedges, and we'd always keep it trimmed and stuff.
Me too, dude.
Bro, are we the same person?
Like, we had a nice little garden in the front. My mom used to grow roses out in front of her house, and they took those out. They took away the hedges.
The hedges are still there. They just don't trim them.
Oh, they just took ours out. Because, I mean,
yanked them out of the ground.
We took, like, 2 of them out when we lived there.
No, but our hedges, it was like a natural fence.
Oh, that's weird.
It was really cool.
Kind of cool, though.
It was really cool, yeah.
We had a giant fence. It's like a 6 or 7 foot fence, and which was crazy because we fostered this Saint Bernard one time, and he was able to jump over that fence. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
That's like one of the really big dogs too,
yeah.
And he was able to jump that 6 or 7 foot fence and get into the neighbor's yard. So that was fun. I remember there was this one time because we had the neighbor behind us. We had neighbors on all sides, because our fence, you know, so on the back side. In the back of the backyard, the very back, the neighbors to our back. I hate when you do that. Seth does this thing where, like, if he's uninterested in a story, he'll like look at me and start drooling intentionally, and it's. But anyways,
it's really funny.
Like a whole just thing of dribble of spit will just come right out of his mouth. But anyway, so the neighbors to the back of us, we threw like a ball over the fence one time. And their backyard was like a junkyard practically.
Really?
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, so I remember my older brother had to like jump the fence and go get it.
And he got like his leg got caught in a bear trap.
I might as well have, Jesus. That would have been funny. Wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have been funny.
No, it definitely wouldn't have been funny. You're just like, oh, you gotta.
And I remember the neighbors.
Tyler, we're gonna have to cut your leg off.
We're gonna have to amputate it. The neighbors to the left of us. Their backyard was like a jungle. Jesus Christ. Because they were these neighbors that fed all the stray cats in the neighborhood. They would like put out food in their driveway for all the stray cats.
That's cool and all, but it's also kind of weird.
But at the same time, my cat got out one time, and my cat wasn't an outside cat; it was an indoor cat, and it escaped one time. It got out, and it went next door to them, and the stray cats killed it. The stray cats straight up murdered
it. That cat? Okay.
Yeah. But so I kind of hated them for it, but I mean at the same time it's whatever. They did their thing.
Did you do like a Edward McAfee and then kill the cats?
No.
Ever tell you about that?
What?
What is the McAfee guy?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he killed his neighbor. Well, he allegedly killed his neighbor, but he definitely killed his neighbor.
Huh. Wild. I saw the video that he did about how to uninstall McAfee or whatever.
He did a ton of you sent that to me, but he did a ton of he had like a ton of dogs, and then his neighbor threw poisoned meat over the fence, so the dogs ate it and then died.
That's crazy.
And then the next morning, the neighbor was found dead, and then the McAfee guy fled the country. So yeah, he probably killed that guy.
Well, the neighbors next to us, their backyard was like a jungle, man. And it was like literally like overgrown with nothing.
Were there tigers there?
Trees and plants, and like you could not. So like, one time.
And was it like a aesthetic choice, like, or did they just not know how to take care of things?
I think I don't know, man. It might have been an aesthetic choice.
Like, did they plant it all, or?
It looked like it was, because like, literally, it was all covered by foliage. Like if you went back there and walked around, you would never see the sunlight because it's literally like just big trees and like bushes and all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's kind of cool though.
It was kind of cool, but my older brother, he used to have those flywheel things. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they're like, it was like a Beyblade, sort of, like how the rip thing.
And it flew in the air?
And it flew in the air, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And he used to be really into those when he was like, Jesus, like 7 years old. Yeah. And one of them landed in their jungle backyard and it got lost. Like, you could never find it again. So it's probably still back there. Odds are.
Maybe it came to life. It's going to come back and find you.
Honestly.
Look what you did to me.
Man, childhood, man. My childhood was great.
Yeah, you ever think, like, what if the Toys R Us what if, like, the Toy Story toys, like, became, like, serial killers? Like, how come there were no bad toys that, like, or is it, like, an instinctual thing? Like,
there were bad toys.
Like, they couldn't, yeah, well, there was, like, the one from the third, but how come, like, none of them were, like, evil to humans? Like,
There's
none of them,
also
like...
Stinky Pete. From the second one. The Prospector?
Oh, but they didn't have, they're not, like, none of them ever tried to, like, kill people.
Yeah, because why would they?
I don't know. Why did Chucky try to kill people? Why do people try to kill people?
Because
Logan?
Chucky wasn't a toy that came to life. Chucky was somebody's...
he was a possessed toy.
Yeah, he was like the soul of a murderer put into a toy.
Those movies suck.
Yeah, they were really bad.
But you would think, like, there would be... There's probably a fan fiction or something about a murderous toy from Toy Story. Because, I mean, like...
Do you really think there's Toy Story fan fiction? Do people care?
I know there's no way there isn't Toy Story fan fiction.
That's a good point. Rule 34. Internet.
Well, that doesn't really involve fan fiction. But yeah, I am sure there's tons of Toy Story porn. Which is something I'd rather not think about.
Oh, I know that. There's gotta be. But,
oh, God.
Back to childhoods. Let's not talk about things that ruined our childhoods.
No, I want to talk about why aren't there any murderous toys in Toy Story? Like, how come... And, like, is it, like, a thing where, like... Because even Buzz Lightyear didn't know he was a toy, but whenever he saw a person, he would still freeze. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No.
You know, I guess of all the things that are weird in that movie.
Because they don't want they don't want humans to know that they're alive.
But Buzz Lightyear didn't even think he was a toy. He thought he was actually Buzz Lightyear.
So?
But he still froze whenever, like... Logan!
We had Burger King, I'm sorry.
I hate Burger King.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Burger King foot lettuce. But... Why? Why? Is it like an instinctual thing in their body? Like they see a human and they're like...
Okay. Alright. If they murdered people... They don't want humans to know that they're real.
But why?
And yes, Buzz thought Buzz thought he was a real thing. But once he came to the realization that he was not a real thing... You're really talking about this in a Disney film. A Disney film.
The Pixar film?
Disney Pixar. Don't you take my blankie from me. You ever like Bakugan as a kid?
No, we're not. This conversation topic is not done. How come? What?
I don't have the answer. I don't know why you think I have the answer to this question. As if I wrote Toy Story.
Are you not Arnold Toy Story?
Arnold Toy Story, the inventor of Toy Story.
Precisely. But, like, who cares if they're found out?
The toys do. Maybe there's like a grand council of toys. It's like, thou shalt not be discovered by humanity.
Is there a toy god?
Maybe there is a toy god.
How come we have it? It's like a little.
His name is Hasbro.
It's a little plastic figure of Jesus, and he's like, no.
This is not the correct way. I must
Bro,
show you a better way.
Are Jesus figures? Do they come to life too?
Probably.
They're just. Do they actually think they're?
Who
Jesus?
has action Jesus figures? Jesus action figures. Have you ever heard
You've
of action
obviously
Jesus?
You've obviously never been to church.
Well, okay, a statue is different from an action figure. Do statues also come alive in the Toy Story world?
Army men do.
Yes, because they're not statues. They're toys.
Yes, they are. They're statues. The little plastic army men that don't move at all.
Okay, so if we're going under the... Alright, so is there a part of the lore that says, if it's played with, it's a toy? What constitutes a toy?
You know, I was not expecting this to turn into this.
Does it all have to come from the same toy company? Is the toy company somehow
Are they putting hearts into...
Are they black magic people? Like,
yes.
Are they using voodoo?
Yes, because see, like, why don't the toy makers know that the toys come to life? Like, you'd think they'd know that.
So, hold up. No, because... Do you think...
You're not going to explain what you just did?
Is it the toy makers, dude? Do you think that that's what causes them to come to life? Or is there toy Jesus? Is there toy Jesus?
My Postmates gear is out for delivery.
Cool.
I'm starting to work for Postmates, if you guys didn't know.
Anyways.
But no.
Okay. No.
The toy makers would have to know that the toys come to life. Or when
they don't.
when they get packaged, do they get, like, toy baptized?
Because, like, how do you think... That's a good point. Like, how do you think that the toys know not to be discovered by humans? Like, when they're created, when they're initially created, like, off the assembly line, do you think they're automatically alive and like, ah! Like they're just born? They're like...
Yeah, they're getting, like painted
children
on and stuff. And
yeah. Do you think they're alive during that process?
This episode...
I'm sorry you brought up this stupid question.
Okay, first off, why aren't there any murderous toys? Great question.
Okay, well, to understand that, we need to first understand the origins of the Toy Story toys.
How they become to life. That is a good question.
And what constitutes a toy?
If there was a Chucky doll, would it be murderous?
Probably not, because the Chucky dolls are... No.
What if it's based off the one from the movie?
If it's based off the one from the movie, possibly. But if it's actually the doll from the movie, which is the good guy doll, then no.
Those movies are weird.
They're weird movies. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what constitutes a toy. Is it a toy if you can play with it? Because, I mean, realistically, you can play with anything. Look, I got this Bluetooth speaker right here. I'm playing with it. Boom. Hi, Seth. I'm a Bluetooth speaker. But is it a toy? Because, like, Speak and Spells came to life, and, I mean, I guess those are technically toys, but they're also...
Or like an Etch-a-Sketch. Like,
yeah,
is that
those
really
are more
a toy,
like
though? Yeah,
learning tools. I mean, I don't... Do you think like maybe in the new Toy Story there's gonna be a Beats pill that can talk? Like,
or do you think if it's meant for children it comes to life? Like, would like my Dragon Ball Z figurines come to life?
Do figurines count as? Because what you're talking about with Army Men were only like that because back in the day they didn't have the technology to make them move.
You don't think so?
They weren't that advanced. They were just like, oh, here's a plastic mold of a Army Man. Play with the Army Boy. Vietnam.
Well, even if like the Woodies, like, because like there was like the in the second Toy Story, there's the guy who like collected things and he just kept them in the boxes, but those toys were still alive.
Yeah, and they came out of the boxes when he fell asleep. So,
by that logic, wouldn't any sort of figurine or collectible such as that?
Because it's not stated that they're all from the same company, so we can't be under the assumption that the theory that the company makes them live. So we can't really be subjected to that theory. But then again, we also can't necessarily shoot down that theory because we don't know what company makes all of these.
They don't have like a.
I'm gonna Google it because actually I think there is a company in the Toy Story universe. I think they do name certain companies at certain times. So let's see. Toy Story.
Because like
toy company.
Would like the books that have the buttons on it that make noises be considered a toy? Because they're not just normal books, right?
True.
I would kind of consider those toys.
Let's see. I don't... that's not very specific enough for me to Google search it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm almost sure that they mentioned a a toy brand in one of the Toy Story movies. I think it might have been the second one when they're going to the toy store.
But we never see any toys that like don't come to life. Do you think like
Did toys die?
do you think sex toys come to life?
But are those toys?
Their toy is in the name.
Yes, it's in the name, but is a toy an action figure? Not necessarily, because you got etch sketches and speak and spells. What is a toy? Because, I mean, anything...
You're really getting worked up.
Because I don't understand. Dude, Toy Story has so many flaws by this logic. Because, like...
Maybe we're looking at it from the wrong way. Maybe we're the toys.
Dude, maybe humans are the toys.
Maybe the toys are playing with us.
Oh my god. Oh! Dude, you're blowing my mind right now, dude.
All your visual jokes are not making sense in this audio format.
I know it's not a visual joke. I have a cozy blanket and I just put it over my head like a hood.
That it's my blanket that I did not give him permission to use.
Take a selfie and I'll put it up in the video.
Are you really gonna?
Yeah, because why not? Boom. There it is. Look at me.
My blanket that
Look at me.
I didn't give him permission to use.
Look at me.
Yeah, hey, don't put a gun on my man's. Hey, I put a hole in your parents.
I'm using it because I'm sorry it's cold in your room.
See, if we came out, if there was like a 6'9" figure, if there's a 6'9" action figure and it came to life, would it try to have sex with underage girls?
Probably. Dude, but like, do toys die in Toy Story?
Do they like die of old age? Like,
because they never like.
Remember, there was like
Yeah.
in Toy Story 3, they're about to get disintegrated.
Yes.
Which
So we know that they
which
die.
was pretty sad. That was pretty tough for
Very sad.
kids to handle.
So we know that they die, because or at least we know that they can die from destruction.
Well, they can't really feel pain because remember when Woody's arm got like ripped open, he wasn't like ah.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like.
And all the toys that Sid spliced together in the first movie, none of them felt pain. You can get your head ripped off apparently, and it's not going to hurt.
Yeah.
Is it different for each toy? Do you think?
Are they like anatomically correct? Like, are they?
Did what?
I don't know.
Like, do they have pipis?
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at? Do they have a
I
pipee?
mean, sort of. Well, cause in my head canon for Toy Story, there's no way that the toy makers do not know that their toys come to life, unless somehow it happens after they are packaged, which leads to the Toy Jesus.
Yeah, the Toy Jesus theory. That once maybe it's no, because there's toys that are. I was gonna say maybe it's once they exit the package, that's when they come to life. Because we've seen like the Buzz Lightyears that were all in the packaging that were coming to life.
And they all thought they were one Buzz Lightyear. They all thought they were Buzz Lightyear. So does that mean they're all one hive mind? And when you're out of the box, you break out of the hive mind?
Maybe, because I mean, even then, Buzz didn't break out of the hive mind until he was told, "Hey, you're a toy."
Exactly.
So it wasn't him exiting the package.
And even then, he
physically,
didn't really believe. Actually, he didn't even believe it until after. He believed it when he tried to fly, and his arm fell off.
When toys die, do they go to heaven?
Do all toys go to heaven?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. Because, I feel like the one that makes the most sense would be the Toy Jesus theory.
That somehow
that
after they're put in the box,
they come to life.
Yeah.
Which is a miserable existence for like the toys that don't get bought. Could you imagine?
Yeah, like.
Because I mean, yeah, once they close down the store, do you think they exit the package? It's been too long since I've seen the second Toy Story. I think that was a thing that happened.
Once they
like, do you think when the store closes down and nobody's there for the rest of the night, like, do you think that the toys that are in the packaging in the store will leave the package?
Probably.
Or do they just sit there?
They're probably smart enough to get out, maybe.
At least some of them are. But I mean,
the ones that what's his face collected got out.
Mm-hmm. But.
Or maybe they have like some boys come out and help them.
Are we to understand that that's not their original packaging?
I'm sure
because he's a collector. Maybe he bought the packaging separately because he's a collector.
No,
and then bought the toy separately.
That is true. Okay, yeah. I think they probably have someone like help him out. Like maybe like a Slinky can break out and he can like fix stuff, or the toys that aren't. Does a ball count as a toy?
Yes. Doesn't it?
Do balls come to life in that movie?
No. Because there's that famous Pixar ball with the red star on it that's in the first Toy Story film.
Oh, but he's not. Yeah, they don't come. it's not alive.
And the race cars don't either, because in the first Toy Story, in that same scene where Buzz is going on the racetrack, he's standing on top of a toy car. But that toy car doesn't seem to care. Because he's not alive. I don't think it was sentient. So why is that not alive?
But Lightning McQueen is alive.
That's a different topic.
Aren't they all set in the same universe, though, sort of?
There's a weird... there's too many Pixar theory videos.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a full Pixar video. A full Pixar
I don't know.
theory
We've spent like 20 minutes talking about Toy Story.
That's true. Okay, so...
Okay, final verdict on the Toy Story
Toy
theory.
Jesus. I think there is a Toy Jesus.
I think... I don't know if it's necessarily a Toy Jesus, but maybe...
Or Toy Allah. Or Toy Yahweh.
Wow. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe something in the packaging or something brings it to life. Like, not really. Maybe they do get blessed by Toy Jesus.
Yeah, because, I mean... Could you imagine working at a toy factory where they're all being manufactured? Or... Ooh.
Because there's no way there's no way the toy makers don't know that the toys come to life.
I don't think that there was any instance in the movies where the toys, like, or where like a human ever became suspicious of a toy being alive. So do you think that maybe
it's like a hypnosis thing?
Maybe the toys aren't alive at all, and maybe it's just like, maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's like a fantasy.
Because maybe it's all set in Andy's mind.
But Andy doesn't know that they're alive. So whose mind is it set in? Maybe it's not real.
Maybe it's the dog.
Maybe it's the dog, because the dog knows they're alive.
Yeah, because the dog sees them, yes.
But the dog's not always there.
But, yeah, because, like, if you look at the daycare in that Toy Story 3, they have, like, cameras and stuff, and the cameras pick up the toys.
Dude,
How come no one's ever checked over the cameras and been like, bro, what?
Yo, that Buzz Lightyear walking, dude.
Bro, what's happening?
Like, I need to lay off the shrooms, dude.
Bro, I mean, like, yeah, because if that happened, because they got picked up by the cameras, because there was the symbol monkey which watched over everything.
So are we to understand that, like, it's humans? Maybe
it's like the Superman thing where he hypnotizes people.
I'm gonna talk about my least favorite animated film, Sausage Party.
You didn't like Sausage Party?
I was not a fan of Sausage. I don't like overly intentional dick jokes.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It just felt like it tried too hard to shock me, but that's beyond the point. So my point is, maybe it's the Sausage Party theory where they exist on a different dimensional plane and you can only see it.
Yeah.
Because remember in Sausage Party he had to
do acid or something.
Yeah.
It was like Coke or something. I forgot what it was.
It was I think it was acid. No, it wasn't acid.
It might have been like heroin.
It was bath salts. You had to do bath salts.
Was it bath? That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So maybe it's that kind of situation where you have to do where you have to be crazy, like something that puts you on a different plane.
You got to do PCP to be able to say the toys are
maybe
alive.
the toys exist on a different dimensional plane than humans do, and that's why no humans can ever really see it. But then again, why would the toys make an effort to
hide? Exactly, because the food doesn't hide. But
maybe
the toys don't know.
The food, maybe you can see the toys moving by themselves, but you can't understand what they're saying, because in Sausage Party, like when the food would move, like you would see like a hot dog rolling around,
but you couldn't see like the eyes and stuff. Yeah.
It wasn't, anthropomorphic. So maybe you have to be on bath salts to understand what Woody is saying. They're on a different dimensional plane. I think that's the most viable.
We're
theory.
not on drugs, by the way.
Yeah, we're not. I promise.
I don't want anyone to think we're this like, wow, these people are coked out. They're talking
Toy
Story
just
theories.
Love these kind of theories. But yeah, I guess the verdict is
because we've never talked about anything like this before.
No,
I kind of just thought, I was like, you know what? How come like there's no evil toys that want to like get people, and then we just kind of then it kind of spun off into this.
Anyways, Jesus.
So what's your final verdict?
My final verdict is that they're on a different plane of existence. They're in the fourth dimension. We're in the third dimension.
You have to do PCP to be able to see the toys.
Yeah, or shrooms or whatever. Whatever hallucinogenic drug you want to take.
Okay, that is a good theory, because the toy
any other theory has too many holes in it.
Yeah, because like the toy maker thing, if they were like put together and then like they get sprinkled like some fairy dust that takes them alive or whatever, the toy makers would have to know.
Yeah, which sounds like some Disney stuff.
That does sound like some Disney stuff.
But like that would work only if it was one singular toy maker. But there's a massive amount of these toys that can talk.
There's millions of toys, yes.
all throughout, the entire country.
All the toys can talk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So it would have to be this one singular toy maker that does it, if that theory were to... Because, I mean, then all the toy makers would know, hey, these toys are alive, dude. And then, I mean...
Because what makes them alive is really the question.
Yeah. So I think that I think that all toys
They're
are
on,
alive.
like, the astral plane while we're not.
They all exist on a different dimensional plane. Because that's the only thing that makes sense.
That's the only thing, that's the only... Really, that's just because that's the only theory that can't be broken into, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the second most viable would probably be Toy Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the third...
Who sprinkles fairy dust on them after they're put in the box, or whatever.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who gives birth to toys.
Because, I mean, like, if the Toy Jesus theory was real, do you think that there's a regular Jesus? Do you think when you go to, like, if there's a regular Jesus and a Toy Jesus...
When the toys get incinerated, do they go to Toy Jesus? And if
do they go to Toy Heaven?
If they've been a bad toy, do they talk to Toy Satan? Okay, I think we're going to end the episode here.
Yeah.
We might revisit this theory later, do some research on it. Because these aren't like things we've done any research on. This is just off the top of our head right now.
Yeah, I'm just a creative dude.
I mean, yeah, all right. We're gonna toot your own horn.
Toot toot. Anyways, bye. We love all of you dearly.
If you're a toy watching this, thank you for your support.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to do bath salts to understand you.
PCP. I think it's PCP.
Or shrooms. I'm saying any hallucinogenic.
Yeah, I mean, do it out of a light bulb.
Sure. Anyways,
All right.
bye, y'all.
Bye our t-shirts.
Subscribe.
Kiss boys.
Yeah.
What?